Another encounter with the traitor in the dream overnight. Ever more metaphor continues to pour out of traditional Catholic Detroit, home of I Am's work of reparation to the holy face of Jesus in modern times, for the sake of a world in very serious grave peril. Where else does this apostolic mission want to call home? Yours. Imagine. The dream overnight on Sunday, July 12th, 2020, following the 3 a.m. Detroit time traditional Tridentine holy sacrifice of the Mass celebrated in Latin and live streamed from Sacred Heart Church, Institute of Christ the King Sovereign Priest in Limerick, Ireland. A dream from the past decade was repeated, but inside its details is a clue as to what may be coming. Once again, you found yourself in the dream, in the company of a traitor. This man, who was sacramentally wed before our triune God at Christ's altar on Mount Calvary, had in 1989 vowed to remain faithful to the promise that he willingly made. He broke that promise within 10 years, and 13 years after having made his promise, was granted the civil divorce that he wanted so quickly. Thus he abandoned his young wife and 3 young children, having fallen in love with the almighty dollar, which is the root of all evil, and being so effortlessly duped into believing the terrible lies of the snake. The day after he had brought divine justice and condemnation upon his own poor soul, he entered into a treacherous civil union with another in a deep state of self-interested and money-loving soul decay. What happened while in the company of the traitor in the dream overnight? This traitor had in the dream come to see you and wanted to be unified with you after having unified himself as one with Lucifer, the father of lies. Until death do us part. It was in the dream as if you were still husband and wife, because you are still husband and wife in the eyes of God. My children, all we are is what we are in the eyes of God, and nothing more. St. John Vianney. While following along in the dream with such awe and with wonder, you thought to yourself while finding yourself suddenly in the company of this man that he had sought the company of another. It seemed in the dream, though, as if he had finally separated himself from that disastrous, self-inflicted, and very short-sighted situation based on deception. For every moment he chooses to remain in the state of adultery, he obtains for himself a one-way ticket to hell, where the punishment for the unrepentant, misdirected, and self-interested misuse of the free will in the total absence of God and his sacrificial love lasts forever. Imagine what punishments await there in hell forever, not only for the treasonous, but for those guilty of double treason, meaning for having been a traitor oneself, and also for having encouraged another or others to insult Almighty God in that very same manner, over and over, moment by moment, day by day, month by month, and year by year. What was manifested while in the company of the traitor? It was manifested then in the dream overnight that you already had 2 children with this traitor. Note that in the natural you share 3 very wonderful, now young adult children, who, thanks be to our triune God, had been exposed during their youth to the 3 divine persons in one through Christ's traditional Catholic Church in modern times. The 2 children manifested in the dream overnight indicate the great good that our triune God has accomplished despite the presence of grave and sinister evil, through those who are willing to accomplish his most perfect will in imitation of and in union with Christ crucified on Mount Calvary, through I Am's work of reparation to the holy face of Jesus in modern times, for the sake of a world in very serious grave peril. What happened next? All of a sudden, during the dream, you found yourself thinking that you very much wanted to have a third child. What this means is that the great I Am draws great good from even the worst of human disasters and treachery and imitation of Judas, through those who are willing to listen to him and do as he says. Dear God, please grant that the precious, priceless, and immortal souls of those in a persistent state of mortal sin be saved from the eternal punishment in the fires of hell, for they are worth far more than money. Trust all things to Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament and to Mary, help of Christians, and you will see what miracles are. Saint John Bosco. To learn more about Almighty God, our Father of mercies, work of reparation to the holy face of Jesus, your vital, irreplaceable, indispensable, and God-given holy apostolate of reparation, spiritual combat training, devotion for the dying, divine justice for every soul, how to prepare for a holy death, for prayers for the holy souls in purgatory, for encouragement for victim and crucified souls, and for more traditional Catholic faith formation throughout the lifespan, visit www.theworkofreparation-to-the-holy-face-of-Jesus.com. Jesus said to Sister Mary of St. Peter, "By my holy face you will work wonders, appease the anger of God, and draw down mercy on sinners," and he still means it.